Good evening, bro. Welcome to Jew's Word. We finna tap in, y'all. Y'all tap in, share with a friend, share with a friend. Y'all tap in, share the lights and stars. Y'all tap in. Conversation today, this evening, is going to be about no regrets. From the time your traumatic or scarred childhood all the way up, no regrets in life. None whatsoever. And with having no regrets, you can live your life. Stars, y'all tap in. Conversation. And you can absorb, you can, I ain't gonna say absorb because you're not supposed to absorb a situation. You're supposed to observe a situation. You can observe situations in life and experiences and move on. That's why you have to enter every situation no matter what happens. No regrets. A lot of situations aren't going to line up the way you want them to. A lot of situations aren't going to look the way you expect them to look or feel the way you expect them to feel. So that's why you should always take life as a grain of salt. Because when you take it as a grain of salt, you really you're praying for the best, but also being prepared for the worst, which could be, pros and cons that come to that mindset of having that, because nothing is perfect, right? So with nothing being perfect, you have to really vet. You have to vet people, find out their true intentions, and you move on a situation that way. I think that when you vet a situation, you better prepare yourself for the unknown, because you're asking questions. So you're uncovering a lot of stuff by asking questions. Like I made the real last night, dead silence. The things you don't address, you come into agreement with because you didn't address it. I mean, you're solidly agreeing with it. So that's why I said silence is a good thing and a bad thing. And all that plays a part in having no regrets in life. Like, be you. Like I said, God made us. I say this so many times, but God made us whole. Light and darkness. He named us good. So it's all about your mindset, what you associate darkness with. Darkness doesn't always mean evil. Let me say that. Darkness does not always mean evil. It doesn't. So with darkness not always meaning evil, God said we were good, so it couldn't be evil because God don't make nothing evil. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your pure intentions. And I don't think that we should give the devil so much power either. Because when you give the devil power, you really, you're shrinking yourself. Like, you're really shrinking yourself. So you should always never be like, oh, the devil, this, the devil, that. No, we put ourselves in situations due to our own dark desires and our ego and our pride. Those are the main things that get in the way of us progressing on the path that we're supposed to progress in. Like, that's why you should live life with no regrets. Be you. You like what you like. If don't nobody like it, then oh well, man. Like, man, we all have shrunk at one point in time in our life. And when you think back on it and you go down that wormhole, down memory lane, you be like, why did I even allow myself to go through that? You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to understand is our mindset we had at that time, that's what we attract. Whatever our mindset was at that time, we're going to attract that energy. So we're going to attract that person. So it's like through this journey of life, you can't take anything too serious. You have to understand and really explain to yourself, this is what it is. Don't get too high on the situation. Don't get too low on the situation. Just be calm. Stay balanced. Everything is a balance. Everything is a balance. So with everything being a balance, you can't get too attached to anything in life. You can't, because things can change at the blink of an eye. Things can really change. That's a question that still worked though. Previous seasons based off of who you was in that season. Yes. It's all about who you are, who you identify as. As I said, the energy and the mindset you have, you're going to attract that. You're definitely going to attract that energy. And whether you're in a toxic situation, you're going to attract toxic mindset people. If you're a mid or low mindset, you're going to attract that level of vibration. But if you're trying to be at a high vibrational state, you're going to encounter people on the way, because now what you're stepping into that place is you're positioning yourself where you can receive what God has for you. So that's why it's good. You have to live life we cannot serve God if we don't love ourselves. How can you love God if you don't love yourself? Because He breathed His breath in us and He made us in His image. He breathed His breath in us and He made us in His image. So how can you not love yourself? You can't love God if you don't love yourself. You can't trust God if you can't trust yourself. Because God is made in your image. You are made in God's image. And I think we always forget that. Like, the promises He's have. You go to the back of the Bible and say God wins. Like, just go to the back of the Bible, you know? Like, we got to really understand and know that it's time out for surface level connections. It's really time out for surface level connections, because what surface level connections is, you really don't see things for what they truly are, because it's a lustful thought process or obsession or attraction on a certain level. Like, we normally blind ourselves by all of these fairy tale things that we make up in our mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really can. I imagine our mind is so powerful, man. We project whatever way a situation goes because we project it mentally, man. By the way we thinking. That's why I say you have to watch how you walk, how you talk, how you breathe, how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you speak things into existence by your energy, and people really don't realize it. That's why you have to look at the cup half full instead of half empty. But going through life, experience is the father of learning. Repetition is the father of learning. You can't go through life without experiences. If you feel like you're going to sit in the house and excel in life, then you're wrong. I don't even want you to lie to yourself like that. But if you sit in the house and you're not experiencing life, how are you gaining the knowledge and the wisdom and the thought processes and the mentality? You got to know, how do you know what love is until you know what love isn't? You know what I'm saying? You got to know what love isn't before you recognize what love is. So people got to realize everything we go through is ordained by God for us to go through it. Because it's really, you're not trying to get to the person you're trying to be. You're already that person. God put that in you when you was born, in your mother's womb. So it's really just you waking up to remember who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Who God made you be. And when we realize that we're operating more confidently, because why are we going to the throne of God begging? Why are we begging God for anything? God said, come into the throne of God boldly. That's what Jesus said. Go to the throne of God boldly. So where does this being humble come from? Be confident. Being arrogant and cocky is when your mindset is that you can't get better than what you are and you just perfect. That's when you become arrogant and cocky. But if you're confident in yourself, and walk in your life. That's why I say live life with no regrets. Be confident in you. God made you whole. God made you a person. He said you are good when He made you. So we can't forget that, because I think a lot of our issue is we have identity crisis. A lot of people shrink. A lot of people don't want to go through nothing. A lot of people they really don't want to experience anything because everybody is up. Everybody want to be up. Everybody want to look up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look up. I want to be up. So it's not just the outside appearance, it's the inner work also. Yes, show up as your best self daily. And that's why I tell people, like, when I get to my future self, let me tell y'all something. If y'all haven't realized yet, the future starts. As soon as you put a period at the end of a sentence, that's when your future starts. So if you make a mistake, the moment you get up and change your mind and be like, you know what, let me get up from this. Yeah, I put myself in a situation, but I'm going to keep on moving. That right there, that's when you become a better version of yourself. That's your future self. If you looked at my TikTok and everything, I made a vlog video about that. A lot of my vlogs still be on TikTok. But, yeah, like, the moment you make a decision to get up after every situation, you're going to make mistakes in life. That's part of life. But that's part of it. Nobody in this life has not made a mistake. There's some things they're not proud of. But that's why I say, have no regrets in life. Every decision you make is going to have a positive and negative connotation. It's no such thing as evil. It's just whatever decision you make is the decisions you make. And so since God gives us free will, whatever decision you make and your intentions, it decides whether it's good or bad. But this world is labeled things good and bad. You see what I'm saying? So it's really like self-awareness. You have to really be self-aware of your intentions, your mindset, and how your intentions and your mindset is affecting somebody else. Because you may think you good. You know what I'm saying? We all think, oh, I'm good. And we don't understand that it may affect somebody different. That's why I say different terms, different lingos, different body language might mean something different for somebody from a different region. And with them being from a different region, they might take it a different way. And if they take it a different way, you might feel like you're good, but in their truth, you know what I'm saying, you're triggering them. You're being disrespectful to their culture. You see what I'm saying? So everybody has their own truth, so everybody should live in their truth. That's what I'm saying. Nobody has time to look at nobody and judge anybody. Nobody does. Because I think that if you take time and you really have time to sit and talk about somebody, bro, then you missing the whole point. Like, your plate is getting cold because you worry about their plate or what they eat. It's not a competition. It's a marathon. And you're in a marathon with yourself, not nobody else, not your best friend, not your peers. If you around somebody and they feel like you're their competition and you really just trying to better yourself, man, get out of there. For real, though. Get out of there, because that's the ill way to happen right there. That's a lesson. But that's why I say you got to experience life to understand what love is. You got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff, right? God said we was going to go through the storm. We're going to go through the storm. But we have to handle that situation like Peter handled Jesus when he got off the boat. He come off the boat. He said, yes, come on. But as long as he kept his eyes on God, you know what I'm saying? He kept his eyes on Jesus, he stayed afloat. But as soon as he started looking at the waves crashing in the world, spinning, and the waves just, you know what I'm saying, all the chaos around him, when we lock into the chaos around us, we can't get to God and what he has for us, or have that mindset to where God's like, focus on me. I'm moving the obstacle out of your path. Just focus on me. Have your spiritual foundation. You know what I'm saying? I think we miss that. Because if we keep our mind focused on God and stop worrying about the things that don't matter, why worry about something you can't control? Why worry about something you can't control? Man, you'll never be happy. People are always going to talk about you to the day you die. People are always going to have something to say about you, whether you're doing good or bad, whatever. People are going to do that. Like, so you can't do anything about that. So why not just be your best self? Live out loud, laugh out loud, and love out loud. That's what life is all about. Jesus, Yahshua, Yahweh, whichever one y'all want to use, he wants us to live a more peaceful and abundant life. He said we're more than conquerors. He said you shall do greater things. So if he said we should do greater things, there's greater things than we did. So we just have to change our mindset and tap into it. That's the ploy. That's the game. Your mindset is everything. Barely have time for myself. People got to realize there's no benefit to talk about others. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely no benefit to talk about others. Like, if you really locked in on your journey and you trying to work on yourself and you're trying to better yourself, be better, because think about it is, if you're not mentally, spiritually grounded, how can you be a great parent? You know what I'm saying? How can you be a great parent? How can you? Because if you're not mentally and spiritually like leveled out and everything is a balance, you know what I'm saying? Everything is a balance. It's yin and yang. That's real. We always talk, oh, that's witchcraft. That's this. Man, listen. That is real. The chakra, all of that stuff off Naruto, the Japanese culture, about the, you know what I'm saying, the alignment of the spiritual, the third eye, all of that stuff, man, that stuff is real, man. And I think that when you work on yourself, you realize that God is a conscience. Christ is a conscience. And I think that when you tap into that mindset, you break outside of that box, or what the world constructs, societal constructs, religious constructs, social constructs, and you live the way what God called you to live, because it's your journey. Nobody's going to understand your journey. So it's no point even telling them. It's the people that's around you, they going to understand and they going to go with you. They going to roll with you. They going to get whatever you do, big dog, I got your back. That's how they going to be. And if they not like that, you ain't got no circle. You got a cage. Get out of there. Because, you know what I'm saying, when you in a good circle, you going to lift each other up. You going to pour into each other. You going to love each other. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hold them accountable because you want the best of them. Love is not always easy. Love is not always rainbow. Sometimes it's fire and brimstone. Sometimes you got to have conflict. In the Bible, conflict is conflict. You got to have conflict. You can't sit and be quiet. You got to speak up. You can't hold your tongue because, like I say, silent agreeing to something. You ain't saying nothing. They saying it's okay. They taking it like it's okay. So with that being said, I mean, you really have to govern and vet yourself and vet the people around you and take a self-account of yourself and hold yourself accountable for the things that you say, the things you do, and the way you think, and the way you feel like, you know what I'm saying? You got to have courage. Speak your mouth. Speak your mind. Don't never not speak your mind. Speak up. Like, man, because I've been through that before, man. In my failed marriage, man, like, there's a lot of things I addressed, but a lot of things I didn't address because I felt like because she was older, because she had been married before, I thought that was the reason why okay, you've been through this and that didn't go well, but you know I'm not like that, so you know you should be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? No, I was foolish for doing that. But you know what I'm saying? You live and you learn. No regrets. When you love unconditionally and you push through and you learn. People with genuine hearts go through the most stuff. So that's why you have to live life with no regrets. Never give up on what you believe. If you believe in love, then stick with it. No matter what you go through, no matter what you face. Man, I'm older now, so I look at things differently now. Like, if it ain't love, then what are we looking for out here in this world, man? What are we looking for? Because, yes, older doesn't mean better. Yes, older doesn't, because it's old fools and it's young fools. You know what I'm saying? It's old fools and it's young fools. So yes, age doesn't mean anything, but I've always been mature for my age, so it's just like, I had to grow up early, man. Listen, when I graduated high school, man, I was running a household, sending my mama her bills. She was a travel nurse in California. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have a college life for real, for real. I had to stand up and be a man. Like, for real, though. Like, help my mom out. And so, it just come to a point in time, like, man, you be like, man, I don't want to have no time for no surface level attachments. Like, you have to really, like, live life. Like, just live. Like, whether it's a good situation or a bad situation, you're going to learn something from everything. But I always have the mindset that the cup is half full. I always look at it like the cup is half full, not half full. Always. Because if you look at it like that, then you understand that it's a lesson in everything that you go through. That's what I said. This stuff that we go through is not to pull us away from God or why you allow me to go through this. You want to be a diamond, right? You want to be refined, right? So how is pressure? How does diamonds are made? They're made for pressure. Like I said, pressure either gonna bust a pipe or it's gonna make a diamond. If you, hey, it's hot. It get hot in that kitchen, big dog. You know what I'm saying? It get hot in that kitchen, and what you gonna do? You gonna barbecue a meal, dude? What you gonna do? You got to stand 10 toes. Like, people don't realize everybody had their own story. Everybody had their own struggles in life. Everybody has their own insecurities about themselves and the things that they want to improve on. But be real with yourself. You ain't got to let nobody know what you got going on. You ain't got to tell nobody your business. Just be real with yourself. Be real with God, because God already made you. He already knows. So just how you hide from somebody that already, you know what I'm saying, that made you. He knows that he can count the hairs on my head, big dog. That's why I said, bro, we got to have a meditation life. We got to have a solid foundation of spirituality. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, breaking out of religion and experiencing God on your own and not how people tell you you're supposed to experience God is a good point too. I think that when we break out of that box, the religious constructs of the world, we break out of that box. I think that you experience God. Because think about it, in the Bible, they didn't have a Bible. They had encounters with God. They had encounters. So the Bible is basically, everybody's chapter is basically their journey and their perspective on having an encounter with God and the things they did to work towards getting closer to Him and line up with the Word and divinity, period. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to a point where you break outside of the matrix and how the world has everybody so docile like a lamb, God is going to give you your pen to your chapter and be like, write your chapter of the Bible. Because you are living your own chapter of the Bible. You writing your own story. That's all it is. So people have to, you have to be diverse and open-minded to understand it. A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, I say I'm talking crazy up here right now. But to having a relationship with God is sacred. It's another level tapping in with God and meditating. Not everyone understands that. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Facts. That is true. That is true. Yeah, that's true. Everything. Meditation is talking to God. Praying is, you can pray. Yeah, we all should pray. Pray without ceasing. Yes, but I think meditation is more intimate with God. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a more intimate relationship with God. So that's why you can't be cold-hearted. You have to. That's why I said, how can we sit here and say and weaponize men not crying and men having tears, or men weak for crying, when God gave us tear ducts to cry? If you can't cry, then how can you accept God? Because when He touch your soul, you're going to cry. Yes. Age doesn't warrant wisdom. Yes, of course, yes. Just because your age doesn't mean you wise, right? And I learned that. For real though, Cam. For real though. I learned that, Caps. I did. And so that was, so that was a lesson I had to learn. I took that shit on the chin. I took that on the chin. I did. So, you know what I'm saying? Lesson learned. I took it like a G and kept going, Cap, you was there with me, boy, through the whole walk. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go. But it's a learning lesson. And I wouldn't change nothing because Kyrie was born. That's fighting out of that situation. And Drew was born. That's fighting out of that situation. So my boys is the period of the situation. Period. Nothing else after that. My boys, boom. Y'all good. Yeah. So that, man, what? Alright. That made, no matter what I went through in life, them two makes everything so much better. They help me get through everything. They smiles, that's like the world to me. As long as they keep a smile on their face, man, I don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my journey as a father, though. You know what I'm saying? You go through life, like I said, if you're not spiritually grounded, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, how can you be there and be the best version of yourself to be for your kids? It's no way. That's why you have to take time to work on yourself. You have to take time to do the shadow work, do the ugly work. Look at yourself in the mirror. Because once you experience God, God is gonna make you face yourself. That's all the growth. This all this journey is facing yourself, doing the things that you're scared to do. That's why I say live life with no regrets. I don't regret anything I've been through. If people still want to acknowledge me by my past, bro, I don't care nothing about that. Bro, if somebody want to bring up my past, okay. If somebody bring up your past, that's nothing but jealousy. That's just the jealous fact of you've changed and they're mad because what you possess they don't have to change. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get out of their own way. That's all it is, man. What Future said? Future said it on the song Beat It. If y'all know Future, y'all know I be on Future for real though. But Future said a lot of star power turn a lover to an enemy. Don't dumb down your light. If they for you, they for you. If they get intimidated by your light and because of what God put in you and how you are, come on, man. They're being real. If they real, they gonna keep it real all the way through, no matter what you go through. When you doing something bad, they there with the BS. They gotta be here while you doing something good. You know what I'm saying? But that's just something that we have to realize. We gotta understand that. That is a necessity because y'all see what's going on in the world. Y'all see what's going on. So if you don't have a solid spiritual foundation to hold on to, then man, I need you to hop on that. This is the season of the Great Awakening. Everybody's waking up all this information. Where you see everything with the country and everything like that. Like this is the season of information. So this is a season of divine collaboration, the divine alignment, quantum shifting, all of that good stuff like that. For real. People don't change their lens about you. Some will hold on to that thing you did years ago, yet give you a hard time facing the mirror themselves. Oh yeah. Yes, most definitely. That is true. Yes. If I said people are so judgmental, people are so jealous hearted, people are so envious when you're doing good. And we are our own worst enemy. We are. You know what I'm saying? Like we hate on one another instead of getting close to a person to understand what they got going on. And it's not just one side, it's both sides. Because a lot of people want to hand out, and some people who have the information to assist one another, because we have to stick together. We're the only race that don't stick together. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to help you. You should probably go in another direction, or they tell you lies of how they gonna help you do something they don't like. I got mine, you better get yours. You know, we've all heard these phrases. So it's like, those are experiences that you have to go through. You have to understand in life that everybody's not kind and everybody's not pure hearted. And it doesn't matter what color, what race, whatever they are. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's people that's POSs in every race. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. So that's why you have to live life with no regrets, no matter how nobody feel about you, no matter how people feel, or people don't understand your thought process or your sauce or how you carry yourself or your mindset. If people don't understand, good. I mean, they need to worry about themselves. For real though. Like, if you got time to worry about somebody else, you already behind the 8 ball. You losing your life right now. Get it together. That's the gist of it. Like, people need to get it together because it's no way, form, or fashion that I can sit here and play victim to something, to a circumstances that I created, And now I'm blaming my circumstance for why I haven't excelled in life when I can't control the situation. Because once you perform an action, you can't control the outcome. Once you perform that action, however it goes, how it goes. Positive, negative connotations, like I said, with every action and every thought and everything you speak, everything is a positive, negative connotation of both. So with that being said, all you can do is whatever the outcome is, just stand 10 toes in it. Own up to it. Take it on the chin and keep on going. Because life is never going to let you get yourself together when it comes. Life is going to come. So it's best, don't wait till the storm is over to try to have a picnic and dance. Man, no. Learn how to dance in the rain. You definitely have to learn how to dance in the rain. Like me, I'm big Gemini energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can adjust to any situation. Like, hey, I can line up. Hey, whatever I got to do, I can adjust. I promise you. Just to any situation. I'm rolling with the punches. Like, sometimes how you got to be like that, though. That's life. I told y'all Forrest Gump had the hardest line in life ever. And not the fact that I thought that Forrest Gump was real, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I thought that was a real movie for real. Y'all, I ain't gonna even hold you. Don't judge me, judge your mama. But he had the hardest line. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. But yeah, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Like, you really don't. You never know. You definitely don't. You don't know what you're going to get. So in order for that, you have to brace yourself. You have to reach in and grab a piece of chocolate and taste it. And what you taste it is going to determine, dang, what it don't taste right. First time we analyze when something don't taste right is what? Oh, it needs some more sugar. Or it needs some more salt. Ooh, that's bitter. That's too sweet. It need this. That's how it is when you bite into the chocolates of life. You're going to bite into the chocolates of life and it's going to tell you. This your weakness, this your strength. That's going to determine what you're going to do. If you're going to barbecue a meal, this chocolate is good. Okay, I'm going to eat some more of this. This chocolate bitter. But I got to acquire a taste for it. Sometimes it might take you to acquire a taste for a piece of chocolate or a taste of life or a mindset. You got to acquire a taste. You got to work at it. Everything is a constant journey. Nothing is just a one decision, boom, now you got it all. No, it takes years to get things down. But like I said, one act of discipline can fast forward your life 5 years. Do the thing that you're scared to do. Do the thing that the most unpopular thing to do. The most unpopular opinion of everybody around you in your circle. Do the most unpopular thing because that's going to make you feel the best. That's going to make you line up. Like I said, you have to go into isolation. Go into isolation. Take time to yourself. You don't owe nobody no explanation of doing what's best for you. Like, no, you don't owe anybody an explanation of doing what's best for you. Like, no. You have to do what God tells you to do. When he speaks, that's finite. It don't matter what's going on, no matter what. Like, when God say move, move. Because you're going to do it voluntarily or involuntarily. That's just how the life goes. But live life with no regrets. Like, you want to go skydiving? Go skydiving. Why not? You don't know when your last day is. Like, I went to Vegas, 4-wheel ride in the desert. Hey. It was fun. Hey, why not? Do the thing you're scared to do. I did the zip line in Vegas too. You know what I'm saying? On the top of the thing. Wide open. I love roller coasters. I ain't never did no long zip line. So, I'm always daring to be different. Daring to stand out. Daring to do all of these things that makes you happy. Whether it's popular opinion or popular task or not. Like, if they think it's lame, okay. That's you. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't like it, how does that supposed to affect mine? And my mama said, what you eat don't make me shit. My mama always said that what you eat don't make me. Okay? Alright. But I'm just saying though, like, you should live life with no regrets, no matter what your parents say, no matter what anybody say. Do what makes you happy. If you like to play chess, okay, play chess. If you like to go to Comic-Con conventions, go to Comic-Con conventions. If you like to video game. If you like, you know what I'm saying? If you like to take you and your kids, y'all like to go to Comic-Cons, or you like to knit, or you like to sew, like, or you like to paint. It's so many different things and different avenues that we get so put in a box by social constructs and regional constructs that, oh, he from the hood, he paint. That lame dude paint 90. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like, see what I'm saying? But it's okay though, because I bet if you like to paint, you like to paint. You know, we crack on everybody about everything. So, you know what I'm saying? We crack on everybody about everything, so that's cool. But yeah, like, man, live with no regrets. Do what makes you happy. Never regret life. Never regret. Because everything you've been through is what made you who you are. This is what made you who you are. So when things have transpired in your life and trauma and life is just kicking your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta just stand up and be like, thank you, sir, may I have another one? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be on the fence. You gotta block. You gotta fight back. You can't let life just beat you down. Life's gonna be on you from the time you take your first breath all the way till you take your last. So learn how to shoot. When life knock you down, learn how to fight on the floor. I looked at some DC Young Fly said on one of his interviews on the podcast, learn how to fight on the floor. If life knock you down, you gotta punch him in the ankle, bite his ankle. You gotta get back up. You gotta fight your way back up. You can't stay there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep pushing through life. So I said, like, live with no regrets. Live life with no regrets. Because at the end of the day go in. At the end of the day go in. And you don't want to let the sun sit on you being frustrated and not your best version of yourself. And you analyze your day. You be like, dang, I could have did this better today. Because that's it. The most overlooked blessing that we have is waking up every day, brush your teeth, wash your face, going to work, coming home. You know what I'm saying? So those are the most overlooked blessings that we have. So with that being said, we gotta take life more serious. Like, take those blessings seriously, because those are the blessings that matter the most. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. Oh yeah, I play all day, baby, all day. I play all day I do. But yeah, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support, y'all, man. This has been a nice journey. This has been great. This has been, you know what I'm saying, a great moment in life. And it's just, I'm just glad I'm able to bring you guys, you know what I'm saying, a good, good content. Because, it's so many podcasts, it's a lot of things. And, you know what I'm saying, there's so much dark stuff going on in this world. And we need a light. Like, we need to have conversations that are uncomfortable. We need to enjoy life. We need to work on ourselves. Be the best version of ourselves. Like, this is so important. It's so, so important, because you can miss out on life like that. You definitely can. You can miss out on the blessings God has for you by not positioning yourself, by not working on yourself. And you can miss out on a lot of that stuff. You can miss out on a lot of it. So with that being said, just stay locked in. Live life with no regrets. Live life with no fears. And understand that, hey, we got one life to live. Can't nobody judge you. Everybody got skeletons. Everybody make mistakes. That's how you got to live your life. You just got to live out loud, love out loud, and laugh out loud. So it's a very, very disciplined journey. You have to be really disciplined to be on this journey. You have to be. Because discipline is like the highest form of self-respect for yourself. That's what discipline is. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. And with that being said, you got to understand, you got to go through stuff in life. That's what's going to show you and help you remember who you are. Like I said, these things are ordained to happen, not for you to become somebody you already are. You already were made who God made you to be. You just have to tap into it by changing your mindset and how you look at life. That's why I say you got to break outside of the system, break your mind outside of the matrix, and understand that, hey, this mindset right here is what's costing me a lot. But I need to change my mindset to this over here, because this is what's going to help me prosper and reach my goals and tap into my purpose. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And people be like, "Oh, you acting weird, or you being this?" And no, you're doing the things that you need to do to be successful in life. You're doing the things that you need to do to be a better version of yourself. That's why I said your future self and the person that God made you to be is you take a step towards that. Every time, every mistake you make, you get up and you move past it. Every time you don't give up. Every time. That's when you tap into your best self as a person. That's when you tap into your future self. The future is right after you put a period at the end of a sentence. That's what I was telling everybody. Like you really have to understand that everything that we do counts to our journey. Every decision you make is going to push you towards your purpose or going to push you away from it. That's how we have to look at life. That's how it goes. So that's why I say, think, take time to think before you speak. Take time to think before you act. You think long, you think wrong. That applies to spades, it applies to everything else in life too. If you think long, you think wrong. I'm telling you. Think long, you think wrong. And I think that's a lot of people, they're so busy being caught up in trying to fit into the in crowd of who the cliques in the gangs they hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of clout chasing, a lot of meat riding, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, who gonna answer for you? Your hunger, your clique ain't gonna be able to answer for your actions and you working on yourself and reaching your future version of yourself. Well, I was hanging out with them. Oh, that's your choice though. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible for yourself. Take accountability for your own life and your own characteristics and attributes in your personality. Because if you know it's something and you take time to fix something, you know it's not right, change it. And if you're not willing to change it, then why are we having this conversation? When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of stuck in the same loop over and over and over again, you like, this can't be life. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a change. And that change and that decision you might have to make might be against everything that you were brought up to, your social construct, your religious construct, your societal construct. You know what I'm saying? It might go against everything you built this facade of who you are. It might go against all of that. So are you willing to make that change? That's the question. That's what it is. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode though. This was something that was on my mind I wanted to share with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta live life with no regrets, y'all. Live out loud, love out loud, laugh out loud. You know. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I've been doing this. Like I said, it's been January 11th. It's coming up on a year. Man, time has passed by. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna stop. When we keep on going, come bring y'all content. Whatever download God give me to speak about, that's when I come and speak to y'all. This has been a beautiful journey. This has been like a lovely journey. And I can't do nothing but be thankful and grateful. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta put in the work, man. You gotta work for yourself, invest in yourself. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, invest in yourself. Whatever you want to do it. Do it. As long as you walking with God, you can't fail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. You walking with God, you can't fail. Like I said, you gotta have confidence in your walk. You gotta be confident in your walk. Because don't nobody else believe in you. You gotta believe in you. Nobody gonna hype you up. You gotta hype yourself up. So what you gonna do? Barbecue a meal, do big dog. You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes. But yeah, I appreciate the love. Like I said, y'all tap into my Facebook, Julius Parker the Third, Juice Word, my IG, Jew_Caesar, eccentric.sauce, Snapchat, Jew_Caesar, TikTok, Jew_Caesar, YouTube, Julius Parker the Third, handle Juice Word. Y'all tap in, share, like, subscribe. All my content spaced out amongst all the social media platforms. So I appreciate y'all love. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate y'all coming to have a conversation with your boy Ben a few corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. Hey, y'all keep track of this journey. Hey, it's been a beautiful journey. Stepping outside of the box, reaching the future version of myself, working on myself, reading books. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally is a full-time gig. Like, because it requires so much of you. You have to put in so much work, but it's worth the results. It's worth the wait. So, peace, love. Y'all be safe out there. I know it's Friday evening. Y'all be safe out there tonight. You know it's rough out here in these streets. All right, y'all be easy.